My people, man. One Slamito clothing, man. He just got me right, man. Go tap in with him. Go do that, man. You see what's going on.
The owner of the studio, who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" Like, the story is quite unusual. And I think that the FBI knew that. I think the investigators knew that it was unusual. And I think that's why it took so long to make the arrest.
What is your response to the judge saying that, your client still violated the terms of his ankle monitor location?
Sure, those are all things that are going to be, flushed out. The fact is that he was allowed to be in certain areas at certain times. That really wasn't an argument for today. I wasn't really even going to make that argument. My main thrust of today was to really push on the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for 4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else on to say what she wrote in her own complaint when she's sitting in the courtroom. And that's done quite often in gamesmanship, because they don't want to put a rookie on the stand and be measured by our legal team.
How far away is this from trial?
Oh, who knows?
Chicago.
So I've got a list of questions I'm going to go through with you, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to start with, can you describe exactly what you saw in your words that night?
Everything that I saw was Pooh Shiesty, him and his homies, they went inside the studio. Once they went inside the studio, it was 2 people who was still in the car. They came in last. Once Pooh Shiesty got inside the studio with Gucci Man and the rest of them, Gucci Man and his security told Big 30 and the rest of them, like, Big 30, you can come in, you got entry to come in and out, but the rest of y'all gotta sit outside on the benches.
How far away were you when you saw this go down?
Man, I was a little, deep, far back, across the street, over there, we ran past, and then we ended up hopping out the car. We ended up seeing everything that went down. And when they brought the bag out, by them bringing that bag out that trunk, they popped the trunk. They got the bag out there instantly. Went right up in the, up in the building.
What was the lighting conditioning like?
Oh, it was dim, studio. It was bright, but kind of dim. Everything had its own little shadows and everything. And there was a lot of people who said that it was people that was inside of there already. The studio was empty.
Okay.
Nobody really booked a session that day. And the witnesses who was standing right there, they said that Gucci Man, he didn't really want Pooh Shiesty to bring all them people with him. They said that Pooh Shiesty surprised Gucci Man when he did that.
Was there anything obstructing your view?
No.
So you had a straight view through?
Yeah.
You could see everybody even in the dim lighting?
Yeah.
How long after the incident before you first reported what you saw?
Man, it was I say about a couple days later, because they was trying to get the jury back. Once they kept trying to get the jury back, and the cameraman, he kept on telling everybody man, I just want my bag, man. I got footage that ain't been released right now. You feel me? Up in that bag on them SD chips.
So a couple days, is it possible that your memory has changed?
No.
You remember the exact same details since the day it was?
Yeah.
Can you be 100% certain about the details that you're providing?
Yeah.
Did you review any documents or speak to anybody before testifying today?
No.
Do you recall giving the original statement?
Yeah.
What date did you give that on?
I gave that the date that it happened and when everybody was questioned.
Are you receiving any benefit for your testimony?
No.
You're just giving it out of free will?
Yeah.
Do you have any reason to want a specific outcome in this case?
I want for Pooh Shiesty to actually be able to get out.
Federal agents on the ground in Cordova searching a home owned by the family of rapper Pooh Shiesty. The feds confirmed to Fox 13 they executed a federal search and arrest warrant. Neighbors reporting hearing flashbangs as agents entered the home early this morning. And our crew saw them carrying boxes out of the home as well. And this happened over the past several hours. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has the latest details from Cordova. We're going to check in with him.
We're still working to learn the specifics in this house raid that took place here at this home in Cordova. We do know that according to the Shelby County Assessor's Office that this home is registered to Lontrell Williams. Now, Lontrell Williams, that is the father of Pooh Shiesty, who also has the name Lontrell Williams Jr. Now, as for the specifics into this investigation, we're still working that out. We have learned that that this was an official warrant that was issued for this home, a search warrant for this home. Those FBI agents, TBI agents, came to this neighborhood about 5:30 or so. People who live in this neighborhood told us that they heard flashbangs, and they also heard the shouting from the FBI agents, TBI agents, telling whoever inside of the home to come out with their hands up. Again, this happened about 5:30 or so this morning. Take a listen to what people we spoke to who are very on edge this morning after what happened early this morning, waking them up.
Heard these couple of loud booms, so I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Now, again, the FBI confirming that this was an investigation, a raid that took place at this home. Of course, stay with Fox 13. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story for you all throughout the day.
And do what he got to do and continue taking care of his business, because what's going on right now, Gucci Man, he trying to come at Pooh Shiesty sideways. But me personally, I feel that Pooh Shiesty, he shouldn't have never did that. As far as trying to make Gucci Man, sign something under distress.
So how do you have all these inside details if you were outside?
Because they told me exactly what went on in there. When my cousin went in there.
When you say they, who exactly was they?
The people who was with my cousin. I ain't gonna say no names.
So you're relaying feedback from somebody else's witness?
Yeah. Said that Pooh Shiesty did. He was the one that actually went out there and he told, you feel me? He told them what he told them, and then Pooh Shiesty told him he agreed with everything. Once Pooh Shiesty said he agreed with everything, that's when the daddy went to go get the papers printed up. Once he went to get the papers printed up, he came from out of the place. He had his cell phone on him. They pinged the towers from every place that the daddy went.
So they got a full tracker on him. What about on Pooh Shiesty?
Pooh Shiesty had a track on his leg.
So was he even supposed to be out and about?
No, he ain't had recreational time at that moment, stuff like that, from what my cousin said.
So he's taking a big risk right now.
Yeah, his PO actually called him while he was, doing that to Gucci. That's allegedly, that's what they said.
Okay. So what is Gucci Man's outlook on all of this now?
Gucci feel that they crashed out. You feel me? That they crashed out and they did what they did, and next thing you know, that's when Gucci Man, he made that song. Everybody else, including Gucci, told on Pooh Shiesty.
So, do you think he's gonna keep Pooh Shiesty as one of his artists?
Yeah, him and Fujiano.
Why would he do that, considering the history that's already between them?
Because he still can get money off. He ain't worried about nobody. He gonna handle it in the street.
Try me.
I'm just gonna throw it out rock.
Rock in the sock. In jail with a lock in the sock. I can just go, you know what I'm saying? I can just go, like, give me another word.
Fireplace.
Fireplace. With the Draco, you try to run, you can't escape. Ain't no way, ain't no games, ain't no plan. I'm a man, I'm a grown man, I stand on business, aiming with precision.
He ain't gonna call no police or nothing.
Have you ever had any disagreements with them personally?
Yeah, I got into it with Gucci Man like twice before, but it all, you know, we squashed it or whatever. R.I.P. Big Sky.
At the end of the day, if he handles it in the streets, how does that benefit him to keep him as his artist?
Because, like, he said he handled it in the street, but it ended up coming out that he ended up telling. So, he kind of, like, got some, you know, he pancaking, iffy.
Which makes the situation even more dangerous for both people.
Yeah.
So what do you expect the outcome of this to truly be?
Gucci Man let Pooh Shiesty out that contract.
But it sounds like he's not going to do that.
He has ways around it, though.
At the end of the day, he may not be concerned for his well-being and safety, but should Pooh Shiesty?
Pooh Shiesty should stay out the way because Gucci Man gonna do whatever he gotta do to put them people up on him.
And at the end of the day, too, if he really wanted to allow this to just kind of go away, he doesn't have to be in contact with him just to have a contract with him.
No, he don't have to be in contact with him.
He has other people that could do the recording, release the records, and they never even shake hands again. So they could choose to operate in that manner, but realistically speaking, you typically go one with the other.
Yeah.
So that's only going to last for so long.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last for that long. And these facts
It's
coming straight from Atlanta.
More of letting it blow over at this point. But will this blow over? That's a big insult.
It probably don't blow over because they still gonna be into it regardless of what's going on. And they said Pooh Shiesty, he gonna end up getting out because he never did nothing to Gucci Man or nobody. They said that Pooh Shiesty wasn't the one that put the bruises on that dude's neck.
But he behind the scenes orchestrated what happened.
Whatever happened after he made him sign the contract, that wasn't, you know, his fault.
Then why is he locked up?
Because for making him sign a contract and being out while he was on like the ankle monitor, and for Gucci Man saying that he robbed him or they robbed him.
So if he, wanted to get this contract signed, and we know the current events is that he can't leave the house, why wouldn't Gucci Man just go to him to begin with and can be in control of the situation?
Because Gucci Man, he handled it like the wrong way. He handled it a whole nother way that we know for a fact that it would have ended up being something totally different that would have been the outcome.
It seems dangerous for both sides. I'm not even sure what to make of this because on one side you've got a person who's trying to make money and run his business. The other side, the person's trying to make money and be a part of a business, but they don't get along.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not a healthy, shall we say, work environment for people, which could end in very dangerous results. If you you were to give a piece of advice to either of them, what would it be and to who would you give it to?
I'd give it to Big 30. Tell him stop blocking doors. Like, it's facts. Because he would have never been put in it. He never had a criminal record at all. He never had a background or nothing.
Just step out the way.
Yeah, he was helping somebody and end up getting put in the feds. You can't. So in most cases, you can't help everybody.
Just guilty by association at this point. It's crazy stuff. It seems like a very difficult world to navigate over there.
It's messed up, but they're gonna eventually, come from under this.
Do you think that this would, deter young and upcoming artists from wanting to sign with Gucci Mane on how he treats his artist?
Yeah, because it's gonna make it seem like Gucci Mane a rat now. Well, it is. We saw the videos. Everybody saw the videos. Gucci Mane a rat now.
So that makes him untrustable in the street.
Exactly. Especially in Memphis. No more Memphis artists gonna sign with him.
So despite everything that he attempted to do in a healthy way, it really is going to backfire in the long run for him.
Yeah.
Would it be best for him to lay low and let it all blow over for a little while? Can he recover from this?
No, I don't think he can recover from this.
That's going to be hard because, he's a household name.
Yeah, he is, but he also a household snitch too. And this is coming straight from Atlanta. So that's where he from, so.
It's sad because it takes one bad decision.
He know what he did. One bad decision to mess you up for the rest of your life, but one bad snitching allegation will mess up your reputation forever.
And your reputation is far more important than anything else out there.
Exactly.